It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. Coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
For the second consecutive season, Tua's a starter and Miami's a team. Both have winning records, but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific. Only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. But he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. It's taken to the 26. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here come the Ravens, and that means here comes Lamar Jackson, league's MVP and an All-Pro in 2019.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, right at the 30. And they'll begin by running the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson to throw.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They go play action now. Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Devin Duvernay came into the NFL with the reputation of being a playmaker, and he lived up to it in 2021. all-pro return man, led the league in punt return average. Baltimore wants to get that explosiveness more involved in their offense, and here it nets on the first down.
He'll get it inside the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Ready? Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Second down, here's Mostert again. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Tua going to throw. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
A 15-year career that's been aging like fine wine. Calais Campbell is one of the most respected players in the game. If he can get 6.5 sacks this season, that means he'll have 100 for his career.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Another catch there for Waddle. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On the double. Tua to throw again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, trying to break. You obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now Jackson on 1st down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
To throw again is Jackson. That would complete to Prochet. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Ravens. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Gonna look deep for Wilson. It got his man complete. And they're gonna get this down inside the 15.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing. Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Tua sets up to pass it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore Raven offense returns, and we see wide receiver Rashad Bateman bringing him out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They go play action with Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And Andrews lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
So pass interference, the call there, always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Two and now, 3rd and goal. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, and to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes this a 9-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Jackson now. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. Open man is Duvernay. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game. At this stage in the 4th, they needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Right. Let's go. Charge. Cut.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Here we go. Set.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Ready.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Ready.
Here's Mostert. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Mostert, and he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try?
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And now look at him go. 20, 10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Pass interference. Defense.
So call off the pick 6.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for...
And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Raheem Mostert taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The two are going to try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 15. 24 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Jackson to throw. Dobbins with it. They juked him. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8, and defensively they'll say you can have that. One last shot for Jackson. Connecting with Andrews. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.